The gym was buzzing, machines clanking, music pulsing, but I only noticed him. Luker. I'd overheard someone call him that a few weeks ago. He was tall, dark-haired, always a little tousled after a heavy set. His shoulders strained against his grey tank top, veins visible along his arms, skin glistening from effort. We'd never really spoken. Just exchanged occasional nods when our workouts overlapped in the late evening crowd at a small fitness club tucked into the edge of downtown Lisbon. But tonight, something was different. As I adjusted my grip on the barbell in front of the mirror, I felt it, his gaze. Not a parsing glance, not casual curiosity. It was slow. Intentional. I caught him watching the curve of my spine as I bent into a deadlift, the way my leggings hugged my hips, the sweat clinging to the small of my back. My heart rate spiked, and it had nothing to do with the weight in my hands. When I stood up again, he was closer. Closer than he'd ever been. Close enough for me to catch his scent, salt, soap, and heat. He reached for a towel from the rack, brushing my fingers as he handed it to me. Thanks, I murmured, swallowing the heat rising to my cheeks. You lift heavy, he said, mouth quirking. For someone so small. I should have laughed it off. Or rolled my eyes. But the way he said it, low, amused, and a little bit intrigued, stirred something low in my belly. And just like that, my workout stopped being the only thing making me sweat. Later, under the hot water of the women's locker room shower, I let my muscles relax. Steam curled around me as I closed my eyes, head tilted back under the stream. Then, a soft click. The shower door opened behind me. I didn't need to turn. I knew it was him. Luker, I said softly, my voice barely audible over the water. He stepped in without a word. His skin gleamed under the spray, water beating down the hard lines of his chest, collecting along the trail that disappeared beneath his gym shorts. His eyes were darker now, fixed on me with something unspoken. He pressed one hand against the tile beside my head. His other hand grazed my arm, fingers tracing from elbow to wrist, sending goosebumps skimming my skin. My breath caught. I turned to face him. His gaze dropped to my lips. His thumb brushed my lower one, not demanding, just asking. I answered without words, leaning in. Our first kiss was soft, tentative. Testing. Then it wasn't. His hand slipped around my waist, pulling me against the warmth of him. The water ran between us, but I could feel every inch of him, solid, trembling slightly. His mouth moved to my neck, lips warm against my throat. I braced myself against the wall, heart racing as his hands, rough from lifting, held me like I was something delicate and volatile all at once. He nudged my knee gently, asking. I didn't say yes, but I didn't need to. My fingers trailed down his torso, slick with water, until they found the ridges of his abs. His body shivered under my touch. He let out a sound, not quite a groan, more like a breath losing control. When I bit gently at his shoulder, I felt the last of his restraint fray. The rest unraveled slowly. Desperately. We moved together, mouths seeking, bodies slipping into rhythm. The sound of the water became background noise, white and distant, as everything narrowed down to this moment, this heat, this electricity. My back arched to meet him. My nails traced down his spine, and his breath stuttered against my ear. He held me like he might never get another chance. When his forehead dropped to my shoulder and I felt him groan, deep, broken, it undid something inside me too. I let go. Completely. Water rushed over us as we stilled, limbs tangled, hearts hammering in sync. When he finally looked at me, His eyes were dark with satisfaction, but something softer lingered there, something I hadn't expected. Wonder. Neither of us spoke. We stepped out of the stall together, drying off in silence. Not an awkward one, more like a silence that knew it didn't need filling. His fingers brushed my shoulder as he handed me a towel. I touched his arm, letting my hand rest a little too long before pulling away. In the mirror, under the harsh fluorescent lights, we should have looked like strangers. But we didn't. He kissed my temple softly as we dressed. Like a promise. Or maybe a beginning. Outside, the sky was fading into dusk. The streetlights flickered on above the parking lot. He walked me to my car, hand resting at the small of my back like it had always belonged there. Same time tomorrow? He asked, voice still rough from what we'd just shared. I smiled, unlocking my door. Yeah. This wasn't goodbye. This was the first page of something we hadn't yet learned how to name.